Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello Ma'am Ida. Today I would like to present my translation project. This is the source text and this is the first translated version. What's wrong with this text? After analyzing the text, I found several problems. I grouped them into 4 categories: grammar mistake, word choice, unnatural expression, and sentence structure. After identifying the problems, I revised the translation to make it more accurate and natural for English readers. Okay, first, let's look at the grammar mistake. The first mistake is one of the most beautiful waterfall in Indonesia. So, this phrase is grammatically incorrect because after one of the most, we must use a plural noun. Since the sentence refers to one waterfall among many beautiful waterfalls, the correct form is one of the most beautiful waterfalls in Indonesia. Although this might seem like a small mistake, it can make the translation sound less professional. The second mistake is subject-verb agreement. The original translation says, "This waterfall offers spectacular scenery." In English, a singular subject needs a singular verb. Since waterfall is singular, the correct verb is offers. This is one of the most basic grammar rules in English, so it is important to use it correctly. And the third mistake is found in the sentence, "You will directly amaze." This sentence is incomplete because it is missing the auxiliary word be. Without it, the sentence is not grammatically correct. Therefore, I revise it to "You will be directly amazed." This revision makes the sentence complete and easier to understand. Okay, the fourth mistake is "This waterfall have height around 80 meters." There are 2 problems in this sentence. First, the verb should be has instead of have. Second, the sentence structure sounds unnatural because native English speakers usually describe height differently. For that reason, I changed it to "This waterfall is around 80 meters high." This version is shorter, clearer, and more natural. And the fifth mistake is "give calming experience." In English, singular countable noun usually needs an article. Since experience is a singular countable noun, the correct form is "give a calming experience." Adding the article makes the sentence grammatically complete. So, next, the sixth mistake is "for enjoy the beauty." The structure is incorrect because English uses to plus verb after expression of purpose. Therefore, it should be changed to enjoy the beauty. And the seventh mistake is "don't forget to bring camera." This structure is also incorrect because English uses to bring, not for bring. The correct version is "don't forget to bring a camera." The eighth grammar mistake is countable and uncountable noun error. The source translation uses the phrase "many scenery." This is incorrect because the noun scenery is an uncountable noun in English. Since it is uncountable, it cannot be used with the word "many," which is only used for countable nouns. A possible correction is "much scenery." However, in the recent text, native English speakers more commonly use expressions such as "many beautiful views." Therefore, I choose "many beautiful views" because it sounds more natural and fits the context better. This revision is not only correct the grammar mistake, but also makes the sentence sound more natural and appealing for readers. And the last grammar mistake is scenery, which worthy to be captured. This structure sounds awkward because worthy cannot directly follow which. A more natural expression is views word capturing. This version is shorter and sounds much more natural in tourism writing. Okay, next I will discuss word choice. First, I change 1,000 into 1,000 because 1,000 is more commonly used in English and sounds more natural to native speaker. This is the examples that I found in internet. The second example is spectacular scenery. Actually, this phrase is not wrong. Reader can still understand it. However, after comparing it with many tourism texts, I found that the word views is more commonly used when describing tourist attraction. Therefore, I revised it to spectacular views. The goal was not to fix an error, but to make the text sound more natural. And the third example is green and fertile tropical forests. The word fertile is usually used when talking about soil, farmland, or areas that are suitable for growing plants. It is less commonly used to describe a forest. Because of that, I replace it with lush green forest. This expression sounds more natural and creates a clearer image in reader's mind. Okay, the fourth example is hiking track. Although people can understand what it means, the more common expression in tourism and other activities is hiking trails. Using standard terms help the translation sound more natural and professional. Now, I will move on to a natural expression. The first example is the water falls strongly making amazing water splash. The meaning is understandable, but the sentence follows Indonesian language pattern and sounds awkward in English. Native speakers would not normally express the idea this way. I revised it to waterfall creates a stunning cascade and powerful splash of water. This version flows naturally and gives clearer description. The second example is the blowing refreshing wind. This phrase sounds unusual because it combines words in a way that it is not commonly used in English. I changed it to the cool breeze. This phrase is simple, natural, and frequently used when describing outdoor environment. And the meaning is comfy. The third example is spoil your senses. This expression seems to be translated directly from Indonesia. While English speakers might understand it, it is not commonly used in tourism description. I revised it to provide a relaxing experience for visitors. This expression sounds more natural and clearly communicates the intended meaning. Next, I will explain the sentence structure problems. The first problem is a comma splice. In the original translation, two complete ideas are joined only by a comma. This creates a grammatical problem because each idea could stand as its own sentence. To solve this problem, I rewrote the sentence using a more appropriate structure, and as a result, the sentence becomes easier to read. And the second problem is awkward sentence construction. The sentence, beside the beauty of the waterfall itself, around Grojogan Sewu waterfall also there are green and fertile tropical forests. It follows Indonesian word order. Even though the meaning is understandable, it sounds unnatural in English. I reorganized the sentence into a structure that English readers would normally use. The last problem is repetition. In the translation, the beauty of the waterfall is mentioned repeatedly in nearby sentence. Since the information is very similar, the repetition does not add much value. Instead, it makes the text less effective. Therefore, I removed the repeated idea and improved it, so this text would be more readable. After making all of the revision, I produced a final translation that is more accurate, more natural, and easier to read. The revised version kept the original meaning while improved. Okay, I would read the final translation. Grojogan Sewu waterfall, which means 1,000 waterfall in Japanese, is one of the most beautiful waterfalls in Indonesia. Located in Tawangmangu, Karanganyar, the waterfall offers breathtaking view and peaceful atmosphere that captivate visitors from the moment they arrive. At 80 meters in height, the waterfall creates a stunning cascade and powerful splash of water. The sound of the rushing water and the cool breeze provide a relaxing experience for visitors. Besides the beauty of the waterfall itself, the surrounding area is covered by a lush green forest. Visitors can explore the available hiking trails to enjoy the natural beauty and discover unique flora and fauna. Don't forget to bring a camera, as there are plenty of breathtaking views worth capturing. And this is the opening hours and the address. For the address, I choose to use it as it is in the source tag because the place in Indonesia, and this is avoid the misleading because tourists can search it better, search and found it better if they search it in Indonesian, in bahasa Indonesia. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.